Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di. Today I'm sharing with you my March manga haul. So the March manga haul is much smaller than the previous, but I'm just picking up what I enjoy. Most of this I did pick up while we were at the mall for the manga club meeting, the Monaco Manga Club meeting. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to get into some of these. A lot of these are like the next volumes or pretty close to, except for like one, I think, what I've read recently. So that's really great because I do want to work on continuing series that I start. And so, yeah, let me just share with you what I picked up. Again, we're going to do this the fast, simple way, and I'm not going to be reading all of the descriptions or giving you like large summaries. If I know anything about the titles that I'm going to share, I will give a little snippet, but other than that, there was no feedback on whether or not you would rather have the full summaries from my previous manga haul, so I'm just going to go through this really quickly and get into it. So right off the top here, we have the 3-in-1 edition of Haikyuu, volumes 22, 23, and 24 by Haruichi Furudate. This one's published by Viz Rated Teen, so this is a sports manga following a high school boys volleyball team who was once at the top, has fallen through the ranks down the years, and we watch them work their way back up to the top with their group of incoming freshmen. The Monaco Manga Club finished a read-through of this series earlier in 2026, and I really enjoyed this. It was a second reread for me and my daughter. We are double dipping in our collection for this series, so we already do have single editions, and we are collecting the 3-in-1. So basically what's going to happen is my daughter will end up with one of the series, and I will end up with the other. But really enjoyed that series, and it's favorite in our household. We picked up volume 1 of The Ghostly Darkness of Kanata by Nokuto Koike. Really interesting cover. This one is by Titan Manga, suggested for mature readers. Now, Titan Manga is not one of the companies that I will usually pre-look at before I put together my kind of want list for the month. So we had seen this one on the shelves at the Barnes & Noble, and it looks really interesting. Kind of supernatural mystery. So I think that's going to be really interesting. Looking forward to checking that out. We have volume 2 of Killed Again, Mr. Detective. This says final, so it's the last volume by Inaba, original story by Teniwoha, and character design by Richu. This one is published by Yam Press, rated teen. So this one follows a teen detective who's kind of growing up in his father's shadow, and his father runs a detective agency. And in the first volume, we watch him kind of try to impress his father by working a case. And I guess this is a really super short series, because if this is the final volume, that kind of makes me a little sad. We read the first volume for the Monaco Manga Club, so I'll link my first impressions video here on the screen for you in case you're interested in my thoughts and a little bit more of an in-depth summary of what that volume is about. But really enjoyed what I read so far, and looking forward to seeing how that wraps up. We have volume 2 of Mysterious Disappearances. This is by Nujima, published by 7 Seas, rated older teen. So the Monaco Manga Club also read the first volume of this. I will link my first impressions video for you here. This is a supernatural mystery type series, and I'm really interested in seeing how this one continues. We have a new one. This is Keyaki Shopping District's Sakura Bathhouse Volume 1, art by Waka Kakitsubata and story by Yuzu Tsubaki. This one is published by Yam Press, rated teen. I believe this is a, not enemies to lovers, but like maybe unfortunate events lead to kind of strained relationship between the two, and it eventually turns into a BL romance. And so really, really looking forward to checking this one out. I have volume 8 of Imitation by Kyungran Park. This one is published by Yam Press, rated teen. So this one is about an up-and-coming girl group member and her reputation as she comes up the ranks, I guess. I really, really enjoyed the live action drama adaptation. I have read a bit of this series, and I do see differences between what I've seen and what I've read. So I'm really, really enjoying this read through of the series, and I'm looking forward to continuing with this one. And volume 1 of Hitting Rewind with You. This one is by Hanamaru Kira, published by Kodansha, rated teen. So this one is a romance between college students. I think there's some kind of misunderstanding that gets them to meet or something like that. I had seen this floating around in a couple videos that I watched, and it sounded interesting to me, so I decided to go ahead and check that one out. I have 2 volumes of Twisted Wonderland. So this is Twisted Wonderland Volume 1, the book of Scarabia. This one is original concept by Yana Toboso, story and art by Majiko. This one's published by Viz, rated teen. So this is a series where we have a guy who is swept off to this magical academy. And in this academy, all of the houses are, the representatives are based on Disney villains. So this particular arc is based on Scar from the Lion King. That house is represented by Scar. And then I also have volume 2 of the Book of Octavinelle. This one has original concept by Yana Toboso, storyboards by Wakana Hazuki, and art by Sumire Kowano. So this is the same team that did the first arc, the House of Hearts Labial arc. And this one is the House of Ursula from The Little Mermaid. So I've been really, really enjoying this series, the mix of Disney and kind of the academic setting. I have yet to start the anime, but it's definitely on the list of things to do. But yes, really, really enjoying those. We have volume 3 of On and Off Work-Life Imbalance. This one is by Shinosuke Kanazawa, published by Square Enix Manga, rated teen. So the Monochrome Manga Club also read the first volume of this one. I will link our first impressions video here on the screen for you. This one is about 2 office co-workers who are very different on the job and off the clock. One of them is really more into like the goth kind of punk look, and the other one likes to dress up in Lolita style clothing, and they end up meeting each other out of work, just bumping each other onto the street. And so we kind of follow them as they get to know each other, not knowing that they already know each other from work. So I really, really enjoyed the first volume, and I'm looking forward to reading more of this. The reason I haven't picked up the second volume yet to read is because they're so thin. And because they're so thin, there's not much story that I can like consume when I'm reading this one. So I think now that I have a little bit more, I'll probably like read the second and third volumes together. But I really, really enjoyed the first volume, and I'm looking forward to continuing with this one. I have volume 1 of Shugo Chara, Jewel Joker. This one is by Peach Pit, published by Kodansha, rated teen. So this is the sequel to Shugo Chara, which is a magical girl type series. It follows a really young girl. I think she's in like elementary at the time that we meet her in Shugo Chara. And I really enjoyed watching the anime. I haven't read all of the manga yet. I've read a little bit of it and enjoyed it. It was to the point where I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to invest in this series because I hadn't actually read the entirety of Shugo Chara, but I enjoyed it enough, and I had a really hard time collecting the original series because I gotten into it so late that I thought I better not give myself that same kind of hardship by not collecting it when it's coming out. So that kind of is what led to me picking this one up. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I really enjoyed what I watched of Shugochara and what I have read of it, and so I think I'm really going to enjoy continuing on with these characters. I have Volume 1 of the Casebook of Kurumi Tokisaki, Magical Detective. So this one is by Koshi Tachibana and illustrated by Tsunako. Published by Yen On, rated ages 13 up, so that is teen. So this is a light novel. Really looking forward to this. You know, I really enjoy my mysteries, and this one has a kind of magical element to it. And so I thought this would be interesting. Plus, it's on the short side, so I think I'm really going to enjoy that one. I have Volume 3 of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint by Sing & Song in the light novel editions. Really, really looking forward to reading these, and I really, really like the publication. This one is published by Issei Press, rated teen. So the story follows a guy who is the only reader of a web novel, and he is reading the last chapter of that web novel on the way home from work one day, and when he finishes the web novel, strange things start to happen in the real world that match what had happened in the web novel. And as he's the only one who's read the web novel, he's the only one to know what is coming and what to try to do to navigate his way through the story. So I really enjoyed the first volume of the manhwa. My daughter is really, really invested in this series. We had ended up reading the first volume for the Monochrome Manga Club because one of our members really, really enjoys the series and had suggested it, and my daughter really, really enjoyed it. I did as well, but she really got into it, and so she is much further in the series than I am. But I wanted to try the light novels and see what my experience was, because mostly all of the light novels I've read, I've really enjoyed much more than the manga or manhwa versions, because you can get so much more detail in the light novel than you can on a page with illustrations. And so, yeah, really, really looking forward to getting into this. And I really love those publications. They're beautiful. And the last one I have here, really, really excited for this. This is Volume 9 of My Happy Marriage in the light novel by Akumi Agitogi. This one's published by Yen On, rated ages 13 and up, which is teen. So this starts off as a Cinderella retelling, but with supernatural type elements. And then it turns into much more than that. I really, really enjoy this series. And I am a little bit behind. I don't think I've read the 8th novel yet, but now I have the 9th. I've just been really, really enjoying this one and watching their relationship grow and grow and grow. And it's just been a really, really fun ride. And so I'm looking forward to getting into that one as well. And so that is everything that I picked up in the month of March. I'm really looking forward to getting into everything. I think I will be focusing on a lot of my manga and light novels in the month of May, so you'll probably see a lot more diary entries that I put out during the month that include light novels or manga for May. I have been reading some in April as well, so you can see what I have been reading and my thoughts on them in my diary entries, which are usually every other week. And I think that's pretty much all I have to share with you today. So let me know down in the comments below if you've picked any of these up, if you've started any of these series, what you've thought of them, but please no spoilers. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me some kind of flower emoji for my happy marriage down in the comments below, it would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.